There are many reasons you're bad at Fortnite, and some of them you already know. For example, bad mechanics, bad aim, or bad crosshair placement. But I found out the 5 subtle reasons that nobody's talking about, and I will make sure to go deep and explain them very well. I'll first tell you what they are, then how to improve those bad mistakes and reasons in order to improve, then why you should improve those certain aspects so you can understand why I'm even telling you these tips in the first place, and finally I'll tell you the consequences of not fixing these reasons that you might be doing and not improving them. By the way, the things that I'll be talking about in a second also relate to your daily life, not just Fortnite. The subtle reason number 1 is something that so many people overlook and then ask themselves, why the hell am I not progressing? You see, there are two different types of people. Person A does the same things over and over again. They log into Fortnite, play their 10-minute free build warm-up and skip out the whole effective warm-up and go fuck off to play some ranked. They lock in and think that winning is all RNG, and the more hours you play, surely you rank up faster. Then 8 hours later, sunk into the game, they come out of it angry. They lost so many matches and instead of ranking up, they deranked and now they're feeling shit. Now on the other hand, we see person B. They realize that in order to improve, they must focus on the most important actions instead of doing a half-ass warm-up. They change it by doing a routine they can actually feasibly do every single day. They play ranked with intention, and they change their lifestyle habits by adding in 30 minutes of cardio to improve memory and enhance focus. They limit themselves to 3 games per day. They sleep 8 hours per day, drink 3 liters of water, and they change their mindset from not focusing so much on the end result to focusing more on the moment and actively improving in every round they play. So basically you just want to focus on the inputs and less on the outputs. After all these small healthy changes, they see themselves skyrocket and rank with ease, while everyone around them, including person A, spends 10 times more hours while getting worse results. This is a common phenomenon that happens to 90% of players, which is you don't know which actions to prioritize. This is a classic situation where we can use the 80-20 rule, which states that 80% of your desired results come from only 20% of your actions in terms of Ford. And this doesn't mean you should be only playing 20% of the time, but rather prioritize the biggest tasks and actions to maximize your time and results. Now, how can we apply the 80-20 rule? Make it super easy for you. I'll personally tell you the actions you should be doing that help me perform at my max capabilities at all times while only playing 3 times per day. The first one is aim. So aim train for just 20 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be complicated, but just use a routine from a creator you like and trust. Second, warm up your mechanics and crosshair placement for 15 minutes. Third, limit yourself to 2 to 4 ranked games daily, no exceptions, so you can actually focus and fully lock in the moment and on the few games given to you per day. This way, you can genuinely spend less time on Fortnite and more on other important things while still putting the work needed to improve and achieve your goals in Fortnite. Fourth, sleep 8 hours a day and play at the same time. Fifth one is do some sort of physical activity for just 1 hour a day, or even more if you'd like. Whether that be biking, weightlifting, sports, or running, it doesn't matter. Just get off your ass and move. Sixth, think back on every death and find counter measurements to prevent that mistake from happening again. Seventh, 2 steps 1 through 6 until you reach the desired outcome. Obviously, I can add more and make it much more detailed and refined to fit every person's specific needs, but these are the fundamental building blocks and steps that result in 80% of people's rank progression. Not only are these the steps that I did to not only reach my peak rank, but also to balance my gaming life with my real life. And before you say, this is too much, if I'm able to balance this schedule with second year of high school, running a business, getting an average of 7,000 steps per day, going to the gym, and still finding the time to spend with my family and friends, you can 1000% do it too. No excuses. But remember, this isn't easy, but it is simple. And consistency is the name of the game. Now going into the subtle reason number 2. The majority of people want these shiny and amazing things in their life, whether that be to reach a certain rank in Fortnite, or make earnings, get their dream car by 21, have their dream career like being a YouTuber, streamer, or esports pro, or even something as small as getting an A in their math class. With all that being said, there are plenty of studies showing that over 90% of people regret the lives they have lived. This is why you need to understand the subtle reason. Why you and many people are stuck in a certain position in the first place is that you always take the easy routes and expect a different result. If you look at any top performing player or individual, you can clearly see the difference between you and them. That could be work ethic, discipline, or simply just not doing the right things even though you know you should be. Something that really changed my life was telling myself, if you want to become your best self, look at the person that inspires you the most and see what they're doing. Now double it and do it yourself. Obviously, I'm not trying to say to never take rests or breaks, but more so put in more effort and take it more seriously. If you know that the person that you inspire to be is doing much more than you, then how can you expect to surpass them or even catch up to them in the first place by putting just minimal effort? You're not working as hard as you think you are, and changing your perspective on that will change your life forever. Going into the third subtle reason, why your heart's stuck, which I can almost guarantee that you're doing right now. I'm going to bring up a study where a graduating class of Harvard MBA students were asked about whether or not they had goals. The following were the responses. 3% said they had clear written goals, 133% had goals, just not written down, and 84% did not have goals at all. 10 years later, it was discovered that the 133% who had non-written goals earned on average twice as much as the 84% who did not have goals at all. The 3% who had written goals outperformed everyone altogether by earning 10 times as much as all the others combined. Now, I'm going to ask a simple question to you. What are your goals for the next 5 years? Most likely you have no clue, or more specifically you have an idea, but you never really made a clear point as to what you're actually chasing towards or grinding for. Most of you will say, yeah, I would like to be better at Fortnite, or I want to be rich. Okay, that's great and all, but have you actually written those down? Exactly, you probably haven't. You have missed the one subtle reason as to why you're stuck, which is because you don't have clarity over the goals you have. One of the first steps to anyone who's trying their absolute best to knock themselves into a better reality is to not only set goals, but to write them down. This is by far the easiest tip I have for literally anyone to do it because it costs nothing. You have to understand the importance of having clear-cut goals for yourself. It helps you stay motivated, focused, and keeps yourself accountable. It allows you to track your progress and see how far you've come. It reduces anxiety, increases productivity, and enhances life balance in the organization. So if you haven't already, please, if not for me, then for you, write down your goals and be clear as day of what you want to achieve in your life, and if you want, write down your goals in the comments to keep yourself accountable on them. Now for the fourth subtle reason why so many people seem to never be able to improve no matter how much time they spend. Many people blame external factors like, oh, if it wasn't raining today, I would have 100% gone to the gym. Or if Epic Games just gave me better teammates, I would easily be able to rank up. Or if I just had a better study spot, I would be a 4.0 GPA student. I'm going to tell you right now, straight up, you're coping so extremely hard. There's a difference between unfortunate circumstances that physically or emotionally can't get you out of bed and just minor inconveniences that don't actually prevent you from doing the actions you know are right for you. The silent killer that most people aren't even aware of is that you let your excuses prevent you from taking action. The reason why so many of us do this isn't because it's raining or because we don't have the perfect environment. We're just scared to fail, we're scared to know that even if we put in our utmost efforts, we still might not even make it, and that's the deep hard truth. But for me, I like to reframe it like this. Instead of telling yourself, what if I don't make it? Tell yourself, what if you do? What if you do accomplish your dreams? What if you do reap the rewards of your efforts? What if you finally become a pro? No one can promise you that your efforts will always be rewarded, but I can promise you that no effort put in will result in you going nowhere. For example, I do YouTube, right? Let's say a video flops. Let's say this one flops. It's not a loss. At least I can learn from my mistakes, right? I'll just simply analyze what I did wrong and improve it the next time and blow up. A quote that really resonates with me and is perfectly fitting to end this point is that you can only change if you change. Finally, the fifth and final subtle reason as to why you seem permanently heartstuck is that, in all honesty, you care way too much about what happens. Coming from someone like me who's a terrible overthinker and constantly worries about his future over the last couple months, I've been reevaluating myself. Actually, that's why I haven't been uploading. I wanted to know where I wanted to take my channel, and quite frankly, who do I want to be, and how do I want to live my life and engrave myself in the Fortnite community. I think a lot of people forget how fortunate we are. We're so lucky to be able to spend time in our day watching videos, to play around games, to talk to others on the internet, to speak our minds, and share our experiences. We're so fortunate to experience love and affection, to have an opportunity to grow and mature and to create art and sing, and we're so very blessed to have the opportunity to live a life and to be born in a world as fast as this one. We forget all this because we are too caught up in useless and meaningless things that don't really matter in the end. Mind you, this isn't disregarding or putting down your traumas and unfortunate circumstances. Instead of telling yourself that you have to do this, that you have to become the best, that you have to prove people wrong, that you have to outwork everyone, remember that none of this you have to do, but get to do. Instead of having to do it, you get to do it. You get to do this, you get to experience this, you get to work hard. Please do not waste your life worrying about being caught up with petty emotions and overthinking thoughts. You don't have to do this, I don't have to do this, but we get to, which in itself is a beautiful thing. Thanks everyone for watching, I love you guys, and remember, you only fail when you stop trying. Bye.